Life helps me to know that I want more money, and the source energy part of me becomes a more prosperous being. Can you imagine? We know how much abundance is amassed for you in your vibrational escrow. There are veritable fortunes there calling you to them. So here's all of this abundance that you in all your lives have set forth there. And here you are often saying, I don't have enough money. More important, feeling the disappointment of not having enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I would like to buy that, but I can't afford it. I wish I could buy that, but I can't afford it. I'm so tired of wanting things that I cannot have. I'm so tired of not having enough money. I don't have 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 enough money. Hardly anybody I know has enough money. Hardly anybody I know has enough money. I don't know anybody has enough money. Enough money. Nobody has enough money. Nobody has enough money. That rich bugger over there has got plenty of money. That rich bugger over there got plenty of money. Much, much more than his fair share of money. He squanders it and wastes it on unnecessary things. Don't you know there are people starving? I don't have enough money. 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 He probably deals drugs. I don't have enough money. 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 And we want you to understand that you can't feel that way and let your money in. You just can't. The vibrational frequencies are too far apart. And your disappointment is your indicator that you're not letting money in. And no money coming in is an indicator too. In other words, there are emotional indicators of how you're doing, and then there's post-manifestational awareness, yes? And we want you to realize that whatever you're living is the indicator of what you're doing vibrationally. But even more, we so want you to hear this. We're going to stay here till you get this. It'll only take a minute. What you're living is the indicator of what you're offering vibrationally. Now, how does that sentence sound to you? Does it sound important? What you're living is the indicator of your vibration. Sounds important, but we don't want it to be so important for this reason. It's only an indicator of a vibration. My bank account is an indicator of vibration. I hate what's in my bank account. There's so little in my bank account. Why doesn't my bank account get bigger? Why doesn't it 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 get bigger? Because it's an indicator of why it doesn't get bigger. Why doesn't it get bigger? Whatever you're living, whether it is about your body or whether it is about your relationship or whether it is about your money, no matter what it is about, whatever you're living is only a temporary, in the moment indicator of your temporary, in the moment vibrational offering. That's all it is. The only problem is you don't know that your vibrational offering is temporary because you've been speaking those words for so long, they're stuck in your vibrational craw. You've been telling the same story for so long, you don't know any new stories. Somehow you got convinced that you should tell it like it is. Now let's play that over what we were just saying. Tell it like it is. Your mother says, tell me the truth of what is. So you say, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing with my money. I don't like what you're doing with my government. I don't like what you're doing. We're making a point here, and we know it's getting annoying to you, but we want you to understand that you've got to tell a different story. Did we make a point with you about these 2 points of vibrational offerings that are going on? There's the larger you, and then there's the physical you. Do you get that? Do you believe it? Do you understand that you are this source energy being? So listen to the difference in the drums that are being beat. I don't have enough money. 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 I've never had enough money. There's plenty of money. The money is here. The things are lined up. The resources are in place. Circumstances of event have been arranged. The money is here. The money is here. Look over 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 here. Now we want to depict the emotional difference. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. Why don't I have enough money? I'm so sorry that I don't have enough money. What have I done wrong? I should have known better. They should have known better. There's plenty of money. Nothing has gone wrong. Everything that you want is lined up for you. Whenever you're ready, it's right here for you. There's nothing you need to do. You've done all the work. All you need to do is relax and allow what you want to flow into your experience. You want to begin to listen to the drum of the source within you. You want to listen to the call of source. Source is calling you in the direction of what you want. And the way you know that you're moving in the direction is because things start lighting up for you, meaning that they begin feeling really, really good to you. When you get on this track of following the trail that has been pre-paved by you and is being tended by the source within you and is calling you toward what you're wanting, you feel energized, you feel enthusiasm. And yet, you know what your physical world trains you to do? Your physical world says, if it feels good, you need to be wary. You say to your friends, oh, I'm so excited about this. And they say, watch out. Watch out. That positive emotion could mean something's going very, very wrong for you. I've known other people who were positive and bad things happened to them. I think you better play it safe. I think you better stay right where you are. I know he beats you, but he makes a good living. And what we're wanting you to understand is the way you feel is everything, because the way you feel is your indication of whether you're closing the gap between who you're letting yourself be and who you really are, or whether you're widening the gap. And you're going to get so that you can feel statement by statement, whether it's downstream or upstream, downstream or upstream. The downstream statement always feels like relief. It doesn't always feel like sunshine, lollipop, and roses. It doesn't always feel like the best feeling thing that you've ever felt, but the downstream thought from where you stand always feels better than the upstream thought. You can always tell the difference between something that feels a little worse and a little better, a little worse and a little better. So often, a gathering like this leaves you with the impression that you need to get over here into these good feeling emotions, and you have been so sick to your stomach of positive people for so long, the idea of being one of them is abhorrent to most of you. In other words, nothing is more annoying than to see someone happy when you're not. Nothing is more annoying than to see someone living the life you want to live when you're not living it. And even worse, crowing about it. Oh, let me tell you how good my life is. Let's not go there, you say. What we want you to realize is we don't want you to compare yourself with anybody else. We just want you to have an awareness, a comparative awareness of whether this thought that you're thinking right now is upstream or downstream. And you know why? Because this thought that you're thinking right now is your point of attraction. This is the thought that you're thinking right now that your life is becoming the indicator of. But there's this one little thing that we need to tell you. You probably already know it. There's a buffer of time between you offering a vibration and it manifesting. More than 99% of every creation is completed by you vibrationally before the evidence begins to show. So you can be turned in the downstream direction for a while before you begin to see the evidence of it. And that's what makes you not know. You want instant manifestation. Can you imagine Jerry and Esther on the river with their guide, telling him, oh, we like instant manifestation, so we don't want to take all the time to ride down the river. Put our boat back on the bus. Let's drive down the canyon, be a lot faster. Put it in a few hundred yards from where we're going to take it out. We'll just be done with this. And he would say, I thought you wanted to ride on the river. And that's what we want you to understand. You want this ride on the river. You want to discern contrast. Oh, you think that if you had the choice, and you did, but you think that if you'd had the choice from this physical experience, and good thing you didn't, you'd think that if you had the choice, and you did, that if you came forth into this physical experience, that your nest would be so feathered that it would be full of all of the things you want, and there would be nothing in your environment that would even get your attention a little bit that would make you feel bad. Many of you as parents try to do that for your children, and you deprive them temporarily of the contrast that they came to live. You said, I'll go forth into the contrast, and from it, I will be able to discern what I prefer, and that will be a wonderful thing, because when I know what I prefer, I'll hold it in my vibrational countenance, and then the law of attraction will bring it to me, and then I'll have a new platform from which to prefer, and I'll hold it in my vibrational countenance, and the law of attraction will bring it to me. So from this buffet of life, I will extract from it the things that I most prefer, and out of it, I will carve out the perfect life for me from my personal perspective. But instead, you got here, and there were so many other dysfunctional people around you who had already lost sight of their own guidance system, who said to you, most of you, I am a very conditional lover and liver of life, which means good conditions make me feel good, but bad conditions make me feel bad. So these are the rules for the good conditions that I need to extract from you. And since you're in my life, I'll be looking at you quite a lot. Since I am your employer, or since I am your mother, or since I am your father, or since I am your teacher, I have been assigned the task of looking at you. And when I look at you, I want to feel good. Which means you need to perform in ways that make me feel good. I don't want you to be selfish. You need to behave in ways that make me, I'm your selfless mother, feel good. And if I see any of those things that make me feel bad, you will be in such trouble. Which was all right if there could only have been one of them and they were always in agreement with themselves, but they are so fickle and there are so many of them and they want different things from you and you just can't stand on your head in enough different ways to make them happy. And pretty soon you figure out that no matter how hard you try, you can't make them happy. And we are wanting to say to you that none of you came forth with the intention of listening to anyone outside of you. Every one of you knew that life would cause you to expand and that that expanded being would call you. And when you go in the direction of that expansion, that you would feel good. And you planned on leaving everybody else out of the equation. You really did. You did not plan on guiding your life by that which other people are saying. First of all, they don't have very much of an attention span. Have you noticed? How long did your lover really give you his undivided attention? No one dares say. Not that long. Not that long. How long did your mother give you her undivided attention? Not very long. Nobody can do it because nobody is born to be the keeper of you. They are all born to be the creator of their own experience. And we think that the greatest hypocrisy, the thing that has caused you the most trouble, is that they tell you that you are important to them, but the bottom line is how they feel is what's most important to them. So they keep trying to guide you and your behavior by what makes them feel good. And then, oh, you get so full of resentment because you know what would make your life really wonderful right away is if you could just accept that everybody is in this life for themselves. And that's not a bad thing, because what that's really saying is everybody is source energy, and everybody came forth in order to give birth to new rockets of desire, and everyone has a source within them that is guiding them toward their best interest. So imagine what a wonderful world that is. If everyone has their own personal guidance system and it is source, and everyone is being called toward the improved life experience, and everyone, or even most of them, or even some of them, are hearing the call and moving toward it, can you imagine how magnificent this world would become? Do you know that no one offers any violent or what you would call negative behavior who's in alignment with source? It just does not happen. 100% of what you call negative behavior happens because someone's out there on the raw and ragged edge. They're trying to fill the void. They're trying to get to some place that they want to be, but they're going about it in a way that cannot ever be. So, we think we've made a very powerful point with you. We have given it everything Esther has. We have projected to her the block of thought that says to you, you are the creator of your experience, and you must create your experience deliberately if you are to have the joyful experience that you meant to have. Unless you in any moment are seeing the world through the eyes of source, then you are but a shadow of the being that you've come forth to be. Which means if you are doing less than loving whatever it is you're giving your attention to, you are not who you were really born to be. Negative emotion means you've pinched yourself off to some degree from who you really are. So, we talk about all of these powerful and wonderful positive emotions, but we would like you to just reach for one emotion, and let's just give it one simple label. It is the emotion of relief. And we want to say to you that no matter where you are, and here's something really important to acknowledge, you are where you are. I am where I am. I am where I am regarding my relationship, regarding my body, regarding my money, regarding my philosophies, regarding my worldview, regarding my family experiences. I am where I am relative to all things. And all that means is I've practiced vibrations that have brought me to a point of consistent attraction on every subject imaginable. In other words, nothing that you're living is just happening to you. It's all happening in response to the thoughts and the patterns of thoughts that you're offering. And most of it is pretty darn good, isn't it?